The other thing you should get in the habit of doing after onboarding your controller is a firmware update. They do update the firmware about 2 to 3 times per year, and it usually includes a whole bunch of new goodies. So it's definitely worth doing. You get your controller onboarded, stand nearby, usually within about 15-20 feet of it. You're going to go to your 3-line hamburger menu, and then under your features button there, you'll see firmware updates as the last option. Go ahead and click that. Down at the bottom, it'll ask you to please make sure your devices are powered on and within range so they can connect and update, and you'll hit next. This process goes through and it searches for all of the Blue Hopper devices that it can find in the area, and it will list them out on a line if they need a firmware with a little update button next to it. My firmware is up to date, so it does not show anything, but if it did, there'd be a little caption down there. You hit the update button and you let it go through. Couple of things to remember while it's going through: don't move. Leave your phone there. Don't wander around. Don't go back to the truck and grab your coffee. You got to stay within communication range of that controller. Um, Gateways will update in a similar method, as will MR16s and things. Now, a multi-controller environment is a little bit different. Some of these other systems have multiple locations, multiple devices, like an MR16 or a roofline controller. Those need to be updated separately. You can't just push the update to both of them because they are different firmware versions. The other thing to remember with the multi-controller version is you're going to kick off an update to one of the devices. Like if you're doing MR16s and there's a dozen of them in front of you, just pick one to update, let the update go through, close your app, and go get lunch. By the time you come back, the firmware version will have spread through the rest of the network, and you can tell it's doing that by watching the colors. If there is a solid green light that comes on, you'll generally see a corresponding pulsing orange light. The green one is sending the new firmware to the pulsing orange one. So let that process happen. The same thing goes for roof lines. If you've got a shopping mall or something that's got 4 or 5 controllers on it, kick off the update to one of them, watch the lights. Solid green, blinking orange. Those are indications that a firmware update is in process. So that's pretty much firmware updates in a nutshell.